Let's be honest, what happened in 2024 was a wake-up call for the entire nation. It wasn't just another headline or a blip on the news cycle. It was a moment that made millions of Americans stop in their tracks, glued to their screens, wondering how something so serious could unfold right before our eyes. When it comes to protecting President Trump, I think we can all agree, good enough just isn't good enough. The stakes are simply too high. We're talking about the safety of a former president, a major political figure, and someone who represents the hopes and concerns of millions. There's no room for error, no margin for complacency. The system broke down, plain and simple. The security measures that were supposed to be airtight failed at multiple levels. It wasn't just one mistake, it was a series of missteps that added up to a dangerous situation. And if you're like me, you probably watched those headlines and thought, how could this even happen? In a country with the most advanced technology and some of the best trained security professionals in the world, how did we let this slip through the cracks? Here's what the watchdogs found. There was a massive communication breakdown. It wasn't just a minor glitch or a single missed message. It was a fundamental failure in the way information was shared and acted upon. The Secret Service and local police weren't even sharing a radio channel. Imagine trying to coordinate a high-stakes operation with your team, but half of you are on one frequency and the rest are on another. That's a recipe for disaster. Over 100 warnings about a suspicious guy near the rally site. Missed. That's not just a number, that's 100 chances to prevent a tragedy. Each warning was a red flag, and yet, somehow, they all slipped through the cracks. Real-time alerts just got lost. Critical information that should have been delivered instantly was delayed, ignored, or simply never received. In a situation where every second counts, that's unacceptable. Instead of hearing constant updates, Secret Service agents got a couple phone calls and some texts. That's not a coordinated response. That's barely scratching the surface of what's needed to keep someone safe in a volatile environment. That's not how you protect a president. But it gets worse. The frustration on the faces of those agents says it all. They knew the system had failed and they were left scrambling to pick up the pieces. Equipment that should have worked didn't. Surveillance cameras were down, alarms didn't trigger, and essential gear was either malfunctioning or completely offline. In today's world, technology should be our first line of defense, not a weak link. That drone flying over the area, it wasn't just a harmless gadget, it was a tool used by someone with bad intentions, and it should have been detected and neutralized immediately. The Secret Service had counter-drone systems, but they were offline. That's like having a fire extinguisher in your house, but leaving it empty. The technology was there, but it wasn't ready when it mattered most. The person in charge of them wasn't even trained properly. It's not enough to have the right tools. You need people who know how to use them under pressure, in real time, when every decision counts. The shooter got to a rooftop, used that drone to plan his attack, and nobody caught it in time. This wasn't just a random act, it was a calculated move that exploited every weakness in the system. President Trump got hurt, and it could have been so much worse. The fact that he survived is a testament to the bravery of those who rushed to his aid, but it's also a stark reminder of how close we came to a national tragedy. So now people are calling for change. I'm with them. The public outcry isn't just noise, it's a demand for accountability, for real solutions, and for a promise that this will never happen again. Our leaders, especially President Trump, deserve the best protection in the world. We owe it to them and to ourselves to make sure that every possible safeguard is in place and working flawlessly. Not slow phone calls, not broken tech, not maybe it'll work training. We need state-of-the-art systems, rigorous drills, and a culture of constant vigilance. Anything less is simply not enough. The Secret Service says they're fixing things. Better communication, working equipment, real training. That's a start, and it's encouraging to see action being taken. But we can't let our guard down or assume the job is done. But we need to keep pushing, keep watching, and make sure every lesson is learned. This isn't just about one event. It's about setting a new standard for presidential security, one that can't be compromised. If you believe, like I do, that keeping President Trump safe is non-negotiable, hit that subscribe button and let's keep the conversation going. Your voice matters, and together we can demand the changes that are needed. Drop a comment if you agree. It's time for real protection, no more excuses. Share your thoughts, your concerns, and your ideas for how we can do better. Let's make sure our leaders are never left vulnerable again. Stay safe out there, and thanks for watching. Remember, Vigilance is everyone's responsibility. Let's hold our leaders and ourselves to the highest standard of safety and security.